Hello, and welcome to The Angry Sniper, episode number 49. Yep, this is part 4 of the PTS stuff. I said I wasn't going to load anymore, but Mr. Delete asked me to load some more, so there you are, mate. I have to say, your username, Delete, didn't it used to be something else? I can't quite remember what it is, you know. Perhaps I'm wrong, I don't know, but... yeah, it's, this is, obviously Navari Coast, which I had at the same time when I had the other three. I've loaded this one in particular because there was an insane amount of healers. And, there's a link in the description below which will take you to the post in question. But essentially, it's it looks as if we are going to keep the damage interrupt on our AoE skills. So, woohoo for Plasma Probe and Orbital Strike. They can take the interrupt off of Suppressive Fire. I don't really care about that skill, but yeah, that's good. That's very good. There's a couple of things they did turn around and say. Was it the amount of stalemates increased by 7%? Because the stalemates, I think, on live servers is 20%, and they were around 27% on the PTS forum. And they put that down to the amount of healers, which I guess everybody could have told them that that's what was going to happen, you know. They said they were going to keep an eye on healer on the healers in war zones, so it's this is one of those war zones which it was very frustrating because the healers just wouldn't go down. I mean, I think we've got more healers on my team than their team, so there's some very high damage scores. I think somebody got 2.8 million. I got about 1.2 million in this. An assassin got, I think, 1.2 million damage on their team, and 1 million protection as well, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, we had 3 healers. I think they had 2 healers. So, no one was killing anybody. Yes, I think I died 3 times altogether. Spoiler alert. And actually, one death is coming up. I deserved to die. I was a bit careless, you know. But I was getting a bit frustrated at this point. Yeah. I know there's been a couple of people who've put some comments on saying, oh, you know, good games and so forth, and perhaps it was just me, because in these, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy any of them. I went through all the war zones I've got captured, which I haven't loaded, just to see, you know, which one shall I load this time, and none of them, really, apart from this one, has a lot of healers, abnormally than what we see on the live servers. I think part of the problem is not only were there more healers in general, but I think the healers were of a much better quality than what you get all the time, you know? Because we've all been in the war zones where there's been a fucking good healer on the opposite team, and try as you might, you just can't kill the little git. I think the war zones were just full of people like that, you know. I couldn't tell you what which war zone it is, but there was one particular war zone where I think everybody was almost at full 2018 expertise, which was nice, you know. But I did come across one, I think, sorcerer, which had 978 expertise. I bet he got I suppose that's one way of testing the healing, isn't it? Get absolutely crap expertise just to see what the healing is like. With all the extra damage you take. I can't remember how well he did. I know the... Oh, there we are. Naria, the assassin who I've got targeted at the moment, or did. That's a person who got 2.8 million. So it was obviously hatred spec or madness spec, whatever the hell it's called, you know. It's good to see that they are removing the dot spread from Deathfield. It's I think that's a very good change. I know there's some problems with that spec in PvE. I've been reading a few posts, and PvEers say the spec is like God mode in PvP, but PvE still needs some buffs. I think that's a difficult one, you know. It's, how do you make that spec, or any spec for that matter, fine for both? It's a very delicate balance, and I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think that it's this kind of Warzone, really, when you've got a mechanic like the Assassin and Sorcerer Madness specs, you know, with their dot spread and so forth on Deathfield. And you've got plenty of healers, you're going to see absolutely massive amounts of damage. And you can see people starting to cap and so forth. I don't think I ever really had a Warzone where everybody, and I mean everybody, tried to start capping. This is part of the problem, as I explained in some posts and in the forums. In order for me to get to the point where I can keep on interrupting them, I've got to put myself in harm's danger. You know, I can't drop a plasma probe. To be fair, the healers, they're doing a damn good job at keeping me up. I mean, the amount of focus I'm getting, but I died eventually, but that was a lot of focus on me, but they managed to keep me going. I'm a bit concerned about the healing, I have to say. When this goes live, it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of conversations people have said, you know, there's a lot more to healing than it was before because of the energy management and so forth, and some people say, it's easy mode kind of thing, and it seems to be kind of PvEers for sustained long PvE battles, you know, Moss Bob battles. I think they did some testing, and I think, again, it's a difference of how you use the healer in the war zones between different parts of the game, you know. PvE requires a different sort of play to PvP and so forth. It's one thing, I guess in one respect, I should have tried out my healer, my sorcerer, but he hasn't got full PvP gear at the moment. So, he's almost there, I think, but he's still got some old, some bits of old PvP gear. I'll be dead surprised if many people actually watch this all the way through. It's like 18 minutes long. I think that's death number 3, isn't it? So there shouldn't be any more deaths after this.
An ally is unbeatable. An ally is invincible.
I should probably edit this bit out, but never mind. I've been thinking about, I leveled a bit more of my Transcendent Sniper, so she's at level 58.75 at the moment, so, not too far away from level 59. And I had got me thinking, I've got Cycroxin, I've got Agent Streef, I got Brack, I got the other Escali on another channel, plus another Escali on another channel. It'd be nice to get those all to 60 before the expansion comes out. You know, get all the stories done and so forth. But that's a lot. That's an awful lot of competitive PvE. I don't know if I can be bothered to do all that. I mean, Psychoxin and agents, they are. There's someone on the inside. You see, I've got to change my my position and so forth. This should put me in more. I mean, I could go further back, of course. You know, I'm quite far forwards. So. There's that bloody assassin. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, this sort of thing. All you can do in one respect is kind of use your CEC and hope they switch targets to someone else. You know, move around, try and get them to switch targets, because you literally cannot kill anybody. I mean, you saw when they were trying to kill me, I had 3 healers on me, and it took a fair bit of effort from everybody to take me down. And that's got nothing about me using my defensive skills or being any good or crap at the class. It's purely down to the healers keeping me up, essentially. And it's like, that's what it was like playing against. No matter how hard somebody was focused, it was insane trying to kill anybody. And that, for me, was why I found all of the war zones extremely frustrating, because it was so hard. And there was an abnormal amount of juggernauts in these war zones. And if you've got some healers and you've got some juggernauts, you know, jumpers as I call them, who jump on you, and you've got, obviously you're going to have assassins. It's those combinations. Assassins will always go for the sniper every single time, you know, it's without fail. You know, it'd be like a magnet, they always get attracted to us. And because we tend to sit at the back, you tend to have some jumpers who jump on you as well, or maybe the healers who are next to you, which causes the whole team in one respect, those two. If you can't kill them, you know, because they're being healed up, it pushes the whole team back. And that can be frustrating for a sniper, you know, because we've got to keep our range, but we can't get far enough to be able to attack the healer. But if we can't kill the healer, then the juggernauts and assassins at the front won't die. And if you can't kill them, it's very hard for me as a sniper with my class to actually get to the point where I can do some damage without putting myself into and make myself vulnerable, you know. I think the other problem with this, because it actually just one great big deathmatch in the middle. I've lost track of this point. I think that now I don't think. I think at one point I had lost track of where the game was because obviously we got the 2 side turrets. But here's the thing: we can't go for the other to try and get our turret back, because if we do, if too many of us leave, then, you know, because of all the healers and that, you can't leave mid alone. So you just get the odd straggler on the sides trying to get the turret back. That's a bit of fun. I think I did have a couple of war zones where I just tried to lock down, so I was getting a bit pissed off with them, so I just used leg shot, you know. Then when that bore off, or was about to bow off, I'd put flashbang on them. Then when that wore off and they started moving, I'd do a covered escape and use cover pulse if they got near me, or debilitate again. It's great. A bit mean perhaps, but you know. $38 to $24. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think I do go down to the side bit at one point, you know. That's right, I'll probably start making a move now or something like that. That force barrier is so bloody annoying. I think sorcerers, to be honest, are going to be even more of a pain now when 3.3 goes live than what they are now. And that force barrier is such a pain. It really is. I know in one respect that's a good defensive skill for them and no this and so forth, but it wouldn't be so bad, you know, if they got a penalty to healing. Say, I don't know, if other players heal you, if you've got force barrier on, say you only get healed for like 25% of the effective healing, or something like that. But no, they get full healing. I see this. I mean, that's another thing I tended to experience all bloody evening. When you finally get the sorcerers to a low value, I'll see we're losing mid now. They kind of bubble up, and another healer would heal them. It's just impossible.
Southern emplacement lost. Your artillery is now damaging the enemy bunker. Well done.
Missed on the cover pulse there. You can't even kill the blasted juggernaut. It does feel like sometimes when push comes to shove, you know, is everybody else, probably with the exception of do I die again? I don't think I did. You know, with the exception of mercenaries, like everybody else has much better defenses than us. I know marauders are problematic, but they've still got that. They've got force camouflage and what was it, guarded by the force. I like those two. Used correctly by a very good player, those are still one hell of a pain. Not foolproof, I know, but you know, before I get leeched and pounced upon. Yeah. And that bloody diversion is still unbelievable. They haven't taken the effects that has on snipers out. You know, it's they've got to do it sometime. But yeah, have a look at that. 3 million, 2.3 million, 2.6 million. They never get 2.7 million, 2.6 million. Oh, it's just literally insane. Like, how can you play in a game? How can you find games like that fun? I mean, yes, sure, I did 1.2 million. Means diddly squat, you know. I just didn't find it fun. That was so frustrating to play. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Keep sniping and have fun. See ya.